Now you're really second guessing yourself. This is where most people turn back and they say, I wasn't expecting this. But I'm telling you, you can't really prepare for this phase other than know that you're going to go through this phase. Especially, dude, if you're going to do anything big at all, if you're not in one of these phases, you're really not pushing hard enough anyway. Welcome to another edition of The Sales Life. I'm your host, Marsh Buice. I'm so thankful that you're back here with me for another episode. We're going to talk quickly about the 5 cycles of success because success is not point A to point B. Many times when we set off to achieve something, we think it's a start and a finish, but there's a big messy middle in between, and we don't account for that. So I want to walk you through the 5 cycles that you're going to go through. Now, I call them cycles because these things, there's no set time for any of them. In other words, it's not a blueprint. Just because somebody was in a cycle for 10 days doesn't mean that you won't be in that cycle for 10 months or 10 years. Just depends on what you do within that cycle. But I want to set your mental framework up so that way you're better prepared to handle these cycles. This will prevent you from thinking that you're getting picked on and that success is not for you. It is. You just have to be willing to go through these cycles, however long that it takes, and work within these cycles as well. So let's mow through these cycles real quick, man. The first cycle is your idea phase. And your idea phase is this is where you come up with a lovely idea. Oh my God. And you feel like the smartest man in the room. You feel like you have an advantage over anyone else because no one else is even talking about this. No one else has even thought about this. No one is even you're looking around, you're like, bro, nobody sees this. And you think that you got the ace. So the idea phase is where you come up with this idea where it's all pluses, there's no minuses, there's no downsides. You're going to get there in no time and there's no competition. So once you push off and push past the idea phase and you get started, then you get into the OMG phase. Oh my God, my life is going to be so different. I am this close. Everything that I've worked for to get to this point, it's going to be so worth it. You're about to get to the land of milk and honey. I call this the piss and vinegar stage, man. I mean, you're excited about getting up. You can't, any waking moment that you have, you're working on your idea and you're just nothing. You're so laser focused on this that you have shut off to the world itself. That's the OMG phase. Then you roll into the WTF phase. This is where you start running out of gas at the OMG phase, and things don't look as easy as they once did. This is where the realness all comes out. There is competition. It's going to take you 3 times as long to do certain projects. It's going to cost 5 times as much. It's going to cost you emotional currency, relational currency. It's not as easy as what you thought. You thought from a distance that it was just boom, 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 and I'm rich. It doesn't work that way. So once the OMG phase fades out and you're in this WTF, what the fuck? Now you're really second guessing yourself. This is where most people turn back and they say, I wasn't expecting this. And they turn back. But I'm telling you, if you will, number one, know you can't really prepare for this phase other than know that you're going to go through this phase. Especially, dude, if you're going to do anything big at all, if you're not in one of these phases, you're really not pushing hard enough anyway. So if you find yourself in this phase and you're in this no man's land and you feel like you're the only one, you're not. Any of us who have pushed hard in these situations, man, we feel you. We feel your pain. You're in the right place. This is why it's necessary, too, that whatever you embark on has got to go beyond money. There has to be an economic plus side to this. The reason why you're trying to be successful and you're trying to level up and you're trying to break the barriers of this regular job that you're working and you're trying to go out on your own is because you're trying to get some freedom, man. You're trying to get some independence. You're trying to get some options. So when you're ready, you could tell people to fuck off and continue on soldiering on in your life. So this is super super necessary, but you've got to tie your ultimate success on something beyond money. This has got to be that soul pull, man. That's that thing, that inner yearn that just pulls you so hard toward that. We just recently talked about purpose. And this is what I'm talking about. This is that pull, man, that you lose track of time. You'll do it anyway. Yes, it frustrates the shit out of you, yet you continue on because it's something way deeper. It's something that normal bystanders, your own family members, your friends, they just don't understand. And it's not something that you can even conceptualize or you can clearly articulate. You just know. This is that kind of thing that I'm talking about. And you may not know that going into it. Your success may take many iterations. So what starts off in one direction and you go from idea to OMG to WTF phase, as you roll into those three phases, things may begin to shape a little bit different. So what was your initial idea may flex a little bit and now have a different idea, and you go off in that direction. It's similar, but it's not exactly the same itself. It's just you're not going to totally abandon everything. What you're doing is you're making these subtle shifts. Life has gotten you to these parts, and you just take this little shift, this little dip over, but you continue on to that ultimate success. In the WTF phase is where most people revert back to their old lives. They do. And I hate that because you have no idea that you were 3 feet from gold. Now, that 3 feet may take you 3 years to get there, but you're that close. You just have to continue to lay the brick. Just that one brick today. Lay that one brick as perfectly as possible. Make good decisions on that brick, which is your effort that you laid, and then do it again the next day. I don't tie any consequences to it. I don't tie any certainty to it. I just lay the brick. If you will push through this, and a very, very few of y'all actually will. And if you don't, go back through this list, try it again, go back through it, push off again. Just don't give up. So if you don't, believe me, I've had many of these successfully. So it's not, oh, you didn't want it bad enough. It's not meant. No, it's just you got to start over and recalibrate again and go at it again. It's kind of like a cadet who wants to be a Navy SEAL, and they go through and they get to a phase and they get hurt and they got to start over again. As long as they didn't ring the bell. And sometimes, man, you get these emotional hurts. Sometimes life just blindsides you and totally wrecks everything that you've done, and you just can't go further right now. But you just go back in to the next class and you begin again. Just don't tap out. Just don't ring the bell. Just don't give up. Just recalibrate and work your list again. So what's beautiful about this, man? There's no judgment to it. You're doing something that no one else is doing. No one's doing it. No one around you is doing this. Everybody is just doing what they're told to do. Everybody is doing mechanically what they've been doing for years. And now all of a sudden you're breaking outside that fence line, and they're like, "Why are you doing that? Why are you sticking your head on the other side of the fence eating that grass?" Because I see something over there that I want, and I'm going to go get it, and that's a better life for me. So the fourth phase is your connection phase. I love this phase. If you can push through, now let me scratch that. When you push through the WTF phase and you didn't revert back, the connection phase is really interesting because dots are going to start lining up for you. It's kind of like staring into bright light and then you look elsewhere and then all of a sudden you just have a bunch of dots. That's what it is for you in the connection phase. So you've gone from idea phase to OMG phase. Oh my God. To WTF. What the fuck? To now connection phase. And now these dots, they've been there the whole time. But now you start connecting, you're like, oh, I see how this connects. And these things begin to connect, and you start to see where in the WTF phase, it was almost all fails, very few wins. And it seems like the wins that you got, you had to give them back 3 days later, plus some. But now in the connection phase, and these things start to come together, this is where you start catching that momentum. This is that uncertainty certainty phase. You're uncertain on when you'll achieve success, yet you're certain why you're doing what you're doing. The uncertain until is my time frame. When's it going to happen? I don't know. See, you no longer put these restrictions on it's got to happen by this time. There's nothing wrong with putting that, but you hold loosely to that. I do believe that you put some backstops, something to strive for. 7 months from here, this is where I'm going to be. 11 months from here, this is where I want to be. It's not always going to be that way, but you do have something. So when I get to that 7th month and it's not quite what I wanted, it's better. I hold loosely to it. I don't beat myself up, because what I'm doing is, what I'm more focused on is not the ultimate date. I'm more so looking at how I've connected all these dots to get to that date. And you just continue on. Keep pounding, man. Don't geek out. Don't emotionally like, oh my God, it's finally happening. And then this is where people, they fuck up and they ease up. No, mash the gas even harder. Develop tighter systems, tighter efficiencies, because you got things going. Now you can achieve more in a shorter amount of time, meaning that you're more impactful in a shorter amount of time. Don't shelf your family for the rest of your life. There may be a season that from the OMG phase to the WTF phase, there may be times where you weren't present with your family, but you sold them on the fact that, look, y'all hang with me, we're going to get there. But as you roll into this connection phase and dots are starting to line up and you're getting the momentum, increase the intensity while also increasing the efficiency, so that way you can maximize your time and be fully present with your family. I'm talking to myself on this, man, where yes, I have alienated conversations, not even heard them because I was busy working on the podcast. I have said, I've locked myself in the office here and said, I'll be out when I get out. And they've supported me on that. But I can't stay here forever. And so as momentum has shifted in my life, it's important that I keep them on the bus. So I've increased my efficiencies. I can do more in a shorter amount of time. So that way, in the evening, and my times are really in the morning, they're super, super jam packed. But that way in the evening, when I come home, I'm home. I'm with you. So I would challenge you, man, to figure out where that toggle switch is for you too. In short, in the connection phase, maintain your consistency, stay curious, connect dots, look for other dots, be creative, be resourceful when you lack the resources. Don't get out there, you're getting a little traction. Just because you're getting a little traction, don't go out there and necessarily spend more and put yourself in a deeper where then all of a sudden now you're back in this jam session again. Some of this stuff, man, you can leverage great connections and leverage those great connections to help put these things together that are little to no cost. You can help them, they help you. You can use some resources that you've already had or had in the times past that now you can pull forward and introduce. There's all kind of different ways, but stay creative as you continue to evolve. Love this stage. And then I think stage 4 just basically flows into stage 5. I don't know that you ever recognize officially stage 5, because I think it just kind of blends in because you've caught so much momentum and you've got these efficiencies and you're just you're laying this brick, hitting these marks every single day, that the results are they're just there. And now this gives you an opportunity to actually level up. And so when you level up, you're not going to stay at the success stage. You may fall back a few stages. But what's interesting is once you systematize this, then you'll actually get better at it. Number one, you'll get, because you're prepared for it. It's not all shock. And number two, you'll shorten the time frame that you're in these sessions. And even if you pull back, and even if you bounce back into, let's say, for instance, you're at level 4 of the connection phase, and something comes up, and you slide back into level 3, cycle 3 of the WTF, what the fuck, wasn't expecting this, economy shifted, new mandates came from the government, new taxes were introduced, whatever, weather situations, shortages, whatever, stuff you didn't prepare for, you just adjust for it. Now you're in stage 3 for a minute. You make the adjustments. You're not a victim because you know there's more stages ahead. And then you roll back into cycle 4, into cycle 5. And it just perpetuates. You get better at it. You get stronger at it. Now, as I said from the get-go too, there's no set time frame for any of these. It doesn't make you better. It doesn't make you worse. It just makes you you. So whatever session, whatever cycle that you're in, work that cycle, work within that cycle, but understand too, there's other cycles. Even when you get to cycle 5, there's other cycles, meaning that you have to bring in a new level, because even if you're there, nothing stays the same. So start building that inheritance for your children then. It's not all about you. How can you impact more people, other people's children? How can you help more adults who have given up on their life, who are saying, I'm 49 years old, and I guess this is it. And you're like, no, look, I'll show you it's not it. I'll show you I've been bottomed out. It's not it. Let me show you the way. Let me show you a few tips. And then you start paying those things forward. Telling you, bro, you work this list right here. You just write this list down, and you just work this list. What cycle am I in right now? What's going to happen? What can I expect in this cycle? Then you'll work your way out of it and be better. And so when another cycle hits, and when you find yourself back in this familiar cycle, it's familiar. Been there. It's a lot like the things that I've confronted in sales, man. There are situations that I've been in sales where younger managers are like freaking out. I'm like, been there. So this recession that we're in right now, people are freaking out. I'm like, you should have checked out the one in 2008. That was a hairy ride. You thought this was interesting. You should have rode with me in 2008. That was real interesting. Thank God for it. That was the time when I bankrupted. Wiped me out. Had to start over. Thank God I did. Because it set me up to be better prepared for the cycle that I'm in now. See, that's the thing about life. You'll go through something. If you can extract the juices and the resources and apply it and even hold on to it, like work it. If you get the goodness out of that, when it happens 10, 20 years later, you cataloged it. You could pull it down. You could snap it on like some armor, and you're ready. And you just adapt to the changing times. But you have a core of skills because I got through it before. Thank you so much for being a part of the Sales Life. For more on the Sales Life, go to marshbuice.com. Keep it simple, keep it moving, never settle. Keep selling. Stay in the sales life.